Hello and welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks. Today I will be giving you the Capper Comparison Picks for UFC Vegas 23, some prelim fights, 3 of them. I did 3 yesterday, the early, 3 more today. Then tomorrow I'll do another 3 prelim fights before we get to the main card. I like to do about 3 fights per show. Okay, so definitely check out yesterday, the early prelims, because these ones are kind of heavily one-sided, but we'll get into it anyway. All right, open it up. This I would rather put up here. I'd rather swap it. I like this fight the most out of the 3. But here we go. We've got everybody likes Jack Shore. Jack Shore. We have Jack Shore, the tank. He's the Welshman coming out of Wales. He trains at Tillery Combat MMA. That on Tapology, that place is loaded with Cage Warrior regional fighters, of course, because Cage Warriors is the fighting promotion based out of the United Kingdom. He's undefeated, 13-0, and you think that's just his pro fights. His amateur fights, he's never been beat, this guy, Jack Shore. Never been beat. His amateur fights, he is 12-0. So he's right out the gate. He has yet to see defeat for Jack Shore. That's why he is a favorite here at -150. However, he's taking on Hunter Azure. Hunter Azure fights out of Fight Ready in Scottsdale, Arizona. He's coming off a win, a unanimous decision win against Cole Smith. However, he did take a loss. His one loss is to Brian Boom Keller, KO, second round, I think. And because he was being cautious about the guillotine. You know, Keller loves that guillotine. But anyway, Hunter Azure, he's a good wrestler. He's got some collegiate wrestling pedigree, I do believe. Over at Fight Ready, he could be possibly. These are other people that train out of Fight Ready. We've got Frankie Saenz. He's actually a fighter and a coach there. But Drakkar Klose is fighting Jeremy Stevens next weekend. Luke Sanders, Korean Zombie, Chan Sung Jung, and Henry Cejudo are some notable names out of there. So, here we go. We'll start with the favorite. Taking Jack Shore's coming off a rear naked choke win over Aaron Phillips, and everything else. I that one too. Maybe is this his? No, that was a UFC fight, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. But he's the only, like I said, Tillery Combat MMA Academy. He's the only one that's in the UFC. All the rest are Cage Warrior guys. But still, I love the Cage Warriors. I love that promotion. Anyway, here we go. Taking Jack Shore. We've got Greedo from Greedo Plays. Greedo is saying by submission in the second round. All these links for these cappers will be in the description. Check them out. Then we got my buddy E-Money. E-Money put on a serious face for this breakdown. Whatever that means. He's also taken everybody likes Jack Shore. Jack Shore. Then we've got Tiger Bomb. Those guys. That's Johnny and Jose. Tiger Bomb. Johnny and Jose are both saying Jack Shore by submission. This guy does have great submission skills. A lot of his victories of those, like I said, he's undefeated, but a lot of them come via submission. Will Martin, I think maybe a little biased because he is from the UK and he's high on Jack Shore. He's been following Jack Shore since Jack Shore was an amateur. That's for reals. So Will Martin, he's definitely taking Jack Shore to win this one. So there's 4. One more to make it a capper consensus. However, no. Another, I do believe he's out of the UK. I'm pretty certain. MMA. Play 365. That is Newsom. He is the sole contrarian taking Hunter Azure. I did watch a couple other, there's other cappers, like, I just didn't put them on this show because I try to limit myself to 5 cappers a show, because by the time I get to the main event, you know, I'll be overwhelmed with different cappers. So that's why I try to keep it to the level. It's 5 a show. Sometimes I'll throw in, you know, 6 or 7, and plus this Tiger Bomb, that's a pair. So it's really 6 cappers if you wanted to put it like that. I always put a pair in and then I throw a bunch of single cappers. Anyway, MMA Play 365. Newsom is the only one on this show taking Hunter Azure. However, I did see there's a couple others that I used yesterday. That's why I don't want to, you know, give favoritism to certain cappers, but that there's others that he's not alone in this, but he is for this purposes of this show. However, I am taking the undefeated, everybody likes Jack Shore, including me. I like Jack Shore the Tank. But I'm not, you know, I'm not very confident in this fight. I think it's going to be a good fight. Because Hunter Azure, he had it, that knockout from Brian Kelleher, that was round 2. I think it was a right cross. And it's just, I don't know. That was before, I'm high on Brian Kelleher now, I'm a fan, but that was before I was, and I had picked Hunter Azure to win that, and he, that's why I left a, you know, little salty. So I got some little, and Jack Shore, 13-0, come on now. And I think I'm gonna go with the submission prop, make that a plus money bet. Submission, we'll say, we'll see if that should be enough to bring it up to a plus number. I'm not sure about the round. If you do want to take a bet on the rounds, 3-round fight, over 2.5, the bookies got it going to decision. They got it at -170. That's where the juice you have to lay for. If you think it's going to stop short of that, you make out with a +140. Okay, so moving on. Next, we've got the battle of the big boys. We've got the Mad Titan, Yorgan de Castro. He's mad because he's on a 2-fight losing skid. And if he loses this, he is definitely out of the UFC. He's taking on Jarjis Danho. I think it's Jarjis or Jarjis. He is a Syrian. I'm not sure how you pronounce the J's, or if they're, you know. So could be Jarjis. We'll just call him Danho. We'll just call him Man Mountain, because that's his nickname. Man Mountain. But the thing is, Man Mountain hasn't fought since 2016. Yeah, and it was a draw. And before that, he had a loss. But, and the guy he had a draw. What?
You blue thumb? Can I bring you blue thumb to
Uncle Marcus is tomorrow?
Yeah.
I suppose so. Because Brandon's going to be with you too, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Anyway, he's coming off a draw against Christian Colombo 4 years ago. So this guy, who knows? He's a big question mark, big mystery man. Is he, you know, I'm eager to see what he looks like on the weigh-in and stuff, but maybe during that time off, he went and found himself, did a little soul searching, and became the most dominant fighter in the world. Who knows? Unlikely. Unlikely, but hey, anything could happen. You never know. Who knows where he's been? Big mystery, big question mark. I'll throw a question mark right up there. Anyway, okay. Yorgan Castro is 6-2. heavy favorite MMA parlay king, not underdog pick of the week. How embarrassing is that? He had a whole video, and the whole video he was calling his underdog pick of the week was Yorgan de Castro. Yorgan de Castro, I mean. And the guy, he never corrected himself, and he's looking at the screen. You can see the reflection as he's talking about, and he's saying, oh, I don't know, he's this, they're out of the bookies. He's given this whole reason why he's such an underdog, and the whole time he's minus 300. But he was saying he was a positive, I don't know, link will not be in the description for that. Anyway, back to this. Yorgan de Castro is a minus 270 favorite according to Bet Online as of earlier this afternoon. The Jarjis Danho is a plus 230 underdog. But like I said, Man Mountain is a mystery man. However, he does have a 3-inch height advantage. It's just a slight 1.5-inch reach advantage. He trains out of Hammer's team. That's in Nuremberg, Germany. The only guy's name I recognized from the Hammer's team, Hama's team, since it's in Nuremberg, right? The Hama's team in Germany is Justin Ayari. Justin Ayari, his last fight, he got knocked out, and it was against Lando Venata. And it was, I think, was it Lando Venata? No, Luigi Vendramini. He got knocked out by Luigi Vendramini, and it was the knockout of the night. So that's where Mr. Danho, the Assyrian that's been, I don't know, nobody knows. He's not in a regional scene or nothing. He's just been mystery man for the past 4 years. Question marks. So, yeah, take that for what it is. Yorgan de Castro, he fights, it's out of Fall River, Massachusetts. He's a countryman of Cape Verde, which is, I do believe it's off the coast of Africa, if I'm not mistaken. Assyria, Danho, Assyria, I'm not sure where that is. I want to say that's Northern Africa. So anyway, De Castro is fighting out of Regiment Training Center, according to Tapology. I tried to, but they don't have, it's blacked out. You can't pull it up, so you can't see the fighters or any information about it. Despite the past 2 losses by unanimous decision losses to Greg Hardy and Carlos Felipe, he does have a knockout over Justin Taffa, and he's got a killer knockout over Alton Meeks prior to those 2 losses, his only 2 losses. So, take that into consideration also. Okay, Mad Titan, the favorite, comes in. Taking him, we've got Newsom, MMA Play 365. He is on board with Yorgan de Castro. Yorgan de Castro has killer leg kicks. Like I guess Carlos Felipe said they hurt. And even though Carlos Felipe won that fight, unanimous decision, those leg kicks and I guess you could see the limp. You could actually see the physical pain that he was in. We also have Will Martin taking De Castro by a KO against the mystery man, Danho. Tiger Bomb. Both those guys are on board with Yorgan de Castro, Tiger Bomb. Johnny's saying KO in the first, and Jose is he's saying it's going to be, he's saying the opposite. I think he's still saying KO. He didn't specify, but he's saying the over. He's taking De Castro and the over 1.5. So I'm just going to write Tiger Bomb. They're both picking the side of De Castro anyway. Okay. Then we've got E-Money. E-Money has got De Castro by decision. Then finally, we've got Greedo plays, making this a full capper consensus. What's a full capper consensus? Talk to the camera.
A full capper consensus is when all the handicappers pick one team or one person.
That's right. And in this case, everybody on this show is taking Yorgan de Castro. I believe everybody everywhere is taking Yorgan de Castro because this guy, unless maybe he's been at like a Kung Fu monastery, and I'm just playing. He's been at Hama's gym, Hama's team with Justin Ayari. But I don't know. I'm going with Yorgan de Castro too. You know, it's kind of you have to. I'll throw him in a parlay piece. I'm confident he's going to win, but there is a big question mark on this dude. Big question mark. Who knows? But the safe bet, and I have to prop it up, so I'm going to say KO in the first, second, second, or third round. When do you think he's going to get knocked out? When do you think Jarjis Danho, Man Mountain, is going to get knocked out by Mad Titan Yorgan de Castro? 1, 2, 3. First round? Third?
Yeah.
That's a stretch. Let's just call it second round.
No,
Okay.
third.
I don't think Danho is going to last. They're heavyweights. They're fat. They're fatter than Daddy. They're fatter than me.
They're better than Daddy.
Yeah, I know. That's hard to beat, but they are.
Eating ramen.
He is. So, I'm taking Yorgan Castro to win by knockout in the second round. I think Danho, maybe he's going to shock everyone and make it through the first round. I don't know. From what these handicappers are saying, he's just doing it for a quick paycheck. How did they even come up with this? They just dig into the bottom of the index cards and pull out the name? Weird. Just odd. Maybe he's got a new agent. I don't know. There's a lot of mystery, big question marks there. Finally, moving on. We've got the lightweight matchup between John the Bull Makdessi taking on Ignacio Bahamondes. La Duala translates to the cage. That's right, the cage. Ignacio Bahamondes. Okay, John Makdessi. He's a veteran. This guy's pretty much a journeyman. He comes in with a record of 17 wins, 7 losses. He's the underdog here at plus 150, taking on this high up-and-coming rising star in Ignacio Bahamondes. John Makdessi is coming off a loss to Francisco Trinaldo by unanimous decision. He's been in the UFC since 2010. He's been fighting as a professional fighter since 2008. So this guy's been in there for, a good chunk of time, Makdessi. He's been, and he trains out of TriStar up in Quebec, Canada. We got Faraz Zahabi, the coach up there, well known. He got his brother Eamon that fights out of there. GSP, that's where his gym, that's where he trains out of TriStar. I did right. Who else we got? Rory McDonald, Kevin Lee, Arnold Allen, who is also fighting on this card, and then Ryan Hall, he's going to be fighting Ilya Tapuria, I do believe. Or was it that, or was it? I don't know. He's fighting somebody too, Ryan Hall, down the line. I think in June. But anyway, back to this. Makdessi, the Bull. Yeah, not much to say except for he's got that veteran experience because this guy, Ignacio Bahamondes, is fresh out of the Contender Series where he has a knockout win over Edson Gomez. I didn't watch it, but I heard it was fantastic. He also has a 7.5-inch reach and a 7-inch height advantage over Makdessi the Bull. He's Chilean, but fighting out of, now this is where it gets a little messy because Tapology has him fighting out of the Valley Flow Striking Academy. That's in Addison, Illinois. That has Yar Rodriguez fighting out of there. But I heard from one of these cappers, I forget which one, might even been one from yesterday's show. I heard that he moved from that Valley Flow Striking to Rufusport, and he was there for a bit, and then he moved from there to, now he's at MMA Lab. So, I don't know, who knows, but I don't think it matters because this kid, he's got this huge reach, he's on the uphill trajectory, John Makdessi on the decline, possibly on the way out of the UFC. John Makdessi is 35 years old at lightweight. That's starting to, you could say, out of the prime. Ignacio Bahamondes is 23. I'll jot that down just so y'all remember. 35, 23, 7-inch height and reach advantage. Okay. Let's see who's taking the favorite here in Ignacio Bahamondes. We've got the Tiger Bomb guys. Both of them, I'm going to write Tiger because now they both got different methods. Johnny is saying by KO in the second. Jose is saying by decision for Bahamondes. La Juala, the cage. Then we've got Will Martin also taking Bahamondes by decision. E-Money is saying Bahamondes within the inside the distance, so within distance, WD. Greedo thinks he's gonna knock him out, TKO or ground and pound in the second round. Good pick. That'll definitely be a nice plus number there. And finally, we got Newsome from MMA Play 365, also taking Bahamondes, making this a full capper consensus. A full capper consensus. Again. I know, we already said that. You don't say it once a show. But you could do the dance. You didn't even do the dance first time.
I did.
You did? Let me see. Do it for this one. Throw some lucky pearls, because they're going to need it for this.
I fell a bit.
Nah, I'm kidding. They should be all right. This is a pretty confident play for me, too. Especially, I like the odds aren't that yucky. I think the odds they're about right. So, where'd that pink marker go? Or the red one? Here's the one. Okay. I'm going with the capper consensus. I'm taking Ignacio Bahamondes to win by this guy, Makdessi. You know, I got a feeling because he's a veteran. He knows what he's seen the ring for over a decade. And he's a veteran, like not a war veteran. He's a veteran to the sport of mixed martial arts. He's been in the UFC for longer than you've been alive.
Is he a pet veteran?
That's a veterinarian.
Oh.
A veteran is somebody that's been doing it for a very long time. Also known as a journeyman. He is a journeyman. He's been in it since longer than you've been alive. That guy's been fighting and taking punches, but he's got a lot of experience. But 11-3. I mean, might not. I think he's Bahamondes. Where's he from? I don't know. I don't know what promotion. Maybe Invicta or maybe I don't. I slacked on that. I should have checked it out. So anyway, Combate. Is he from? I don't know. Chilean. He's. I don't know what promotion he's from, but what? That is a strawberry, and this is a mouse.
No, that's a bunny and that's a strawberry.
So I got 1 out of 2 right.
Yeah.
Well, my fights I'm gonna get 3 out of 3 right, and I'm taking Bahamondes by decision. I think as I was getting back to my reasoning, I think Makdessi is going to push him against the cage, try to get some little bit of control time, do that crap. But Bahamondes will outstrike him, and that's the thing. I think he might be able to catch him. Whatever. I'm sticking with that. So to recap. Past your bedtime. Good thing you're on vacation this week. Okay, to recap, I've got everybody likes Jack Shore.
Not everybody.
I know not everybody. Newsom likes Hunters, but I got Jack Shore submitting Hunter Azure. I might change that to decision. Doesn't matter. Then I have Yorgan de Castro. I got him knocking out Jarjis, the Man Mountain Danho, big mystery man, 4 years. I don't know. You make crazy stories. You can just go off and just make a crazy story and sell it as the truth. I know other cappers that do that. Make up crazy stories and try to pass it off as truth. But I won't. I don't know where Danho's been. And finally, I'm going to take Ignacio Bahamondes with the rest of the capper consensus to beat John Makdessi. Huh?
What if you Google it?
I could, yeah. There you go.
Because then you know
Because
the
Google,
stories
it might not, Google might be lying to you, and Google might not know the answers. Anyway, gather the info.
Place the bets and cash the tickets.
Place the bets and cash the tickets. Thank you, baby. Thanks for watching. Give me that thumbs up. Good luck on your bets. Feel free to leave comments on my picks. Parlay this, guys. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to parlay Jack Shore, Yorgan de Castro, Ignacio Bahamondes. That should be a nice plus number. Parlay the crap out of that. You can even round robin it if you want. That's going to pay out nice.
Bye-bye.
So, bye-bye. See you next episode.